to imagine the times, the experience right before Mashiach was to come, if you had to picture the last generation, the people that are going to be the ones to complete the galut, complete the exile, and bring the Mashiach, bring the final Redeemer. You have to draw a picture of these people in your minds. What kind of people would you be picturing? Perhaps great holy tzaddikim, people that sit and study Torah all day. Perhaps people that are very good at following the rules, at following the traditions. The Talmud paints a very different picture of this final generation, of the last moments before Mashiach's arrival. The Talmud talks about how the final moments, these group of people that are going to be alive right before Mashiach's arrival, are going to be the people with the greatest chutzpah, with the greatest impotence of anybody ever experienced before. It's going to be a generation where the youngsters don't respect the elders, where the families don't respect each other, they don't have a respect for each other in the family and other people out of the family, where a son will disgrace a father, a daughter will rise up against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be his family. The countenance of the generation will be like that of a dog. And a son will no longer be ashamed before his father. Upon what will we be able to rely but on our Father in heaven? It is a very interesting picture. These are the people that are going to bring the Mashiach, bring the redemption, are the people that have no respect for each other or for common decency, for the way normal things are meant to live, right? The normal ways of life. How could this be? How could this be that this is the way we're going to greet Mashiach? With a load of chutzpah. It seems to be counterintuitive to everything that we know. We have to work on ourselves and improve ourselves and make the world a better place. But the truth is, if we look around at the world today, we're describing the scene. We're describing a world of chutzpah. That's what we all have. But chutzpah does not have to be negative. We see around us a lot of positive chutzpah as well. The idea, a generation of people that are not stuck to old ideas, people that are ready to disrupt everything, to come up with whole new ideas, to change the reality of the world we live in. People that are creating new worlds of AI. People that are just changing the entire world with complete chutzpah, ignoring the ways of the world until now. You say, hey, what are you? What's going on over here? There's a system. There's a way things work. There's a hierarchy. Today, that doesn't work anymore. Today, the world just goes about and does its thing. People do what they want to do. Nobody cares anymore. This is the world we live in today, where people are not stuck to old ideals, to old ideas that they've experienced in the past. They're ready to try something new, and they're ready to turn the world over to accomplish it. I think it was Elon Musk who said that you have to break things in order to accomplish great things. You have to break them first, something like that. Remember the exact line. And this is an important step in bringing the Mashiach. It sounds crazy, but this is what we need to do. We need to break things. We have to be ready to break the reality, to break the normal way of doing things until now, and be ready to go out on a limb and do something crazy to change the world and bring the world closer to Mashiach. Think about it like a teenager, a child that's growing up. For the most part, a good kid. They're obedient. They follow the rules. They do what they're told. They're kids, but for the most part, they kind of stay in line. And then they go through this period of teenagehood where they become these scary monsters, right? Where they become these people that are out to, no matter what you say, they're going to do the exact opposite. And they become impossible. But if you hold out, if you manage to not kill your kids and your kids don't kill you, you make it through teenagehood, and they grow up to be nice, normal adults. They make it to the other side, And during that period, during that transitional period, they grow up. They become adults. They change from being children to being adults. That time in between, that teenage time, that time of utter chaos is part of the process. We have to go through that chaos to get to the other side, to get to the life that we're trying to get to. And so these final moments before Mashiach's arrival, this is our teenagehood. We're teenagers today. Yeah, we have chutzpah. Yeah, we're going to go out and break things, and we're going to change the world, and we're going to turn things over. And not always is it for the good. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But that's part of the growing up. That's part of the experience that we have to go through. That's part of the transitional period we have to go through in order to get to the other side, to get to the order, to get to the adulthood on the other side. But it doesn't have to be negative. It can be done in a positive way. The Rebbe spoke about this, how this chutzpah that is going to come the time before Mashiach doesn't have to be a negative thing. It doesn't have to be doing things in a negative way, because we can look around the world and see how many good things are coming from the young people. Think back to when you were younger. I did not live through the times of like the 60s and the 70s where we had the peaceniks, or we had the hippie love culture, or all those different periods that happened as we were growing up. We went through these periods where we threw away the negativity that our parents had and try to go for something more positive. We were doing good. Maybe the methods could be improved on, right? Kids are kids. But the messaging is good. The messaging is a good thing, where they're coming out and saying, we're not stuck to the old way of doing things. We want to make the world a better place. How do we get there? That's part of the question, right? We have to do our part. But we want to make the world a better place. We want to improve things. We don't want to be stuck in the old way of doing things. And we see this concept in the prophets. The last of the prophets, the books of the prophets, the very last one, the end of the era of the prophets, was the prophet Malachi. And if we look at the very end of the book of Malachi, the end of the book of the last of the prophets, he says there, "Veheshiv levavot banim," and he will return to God the hearts of the parents through their children. The children will be the ones to bring their parents closer to God. Through them searching, through them going out and on trying to find godliness, they will also be able to bring their parents closer as well. Because this is what it's all about. This is the counterculture, the disrespect, the counterintuitiveness that's needed to jump out and change things and do things different. This is the part of the process of bringing us all closer to the time of Mashiach. The time of disruption brings us to the time where things are in order, things are working right, where we reach our adulthood, where we reach our full potential of what we can be with the coming of Mashiach. May it happen very soon. And so for us, we also have to have a little bit of this counterculture. We also have to embrace our own chutzpah. It's not only for the kids, it's for the adults too. Because we are all going through this period. We have to be ready to grab our own chutzpah as well. Just because you haven't done something until now, doesn't mean you can't do it now. Now, you didn't light Shabbat candles last week, so what? This week I'm going to light Shabbat candles. My mother didn't light Shabbat candles, so what? I'm going to light Shabbat candles. I didn't put on tefillin last week. I can do it today. My father didn't. I was never taught to do that. So what? We have to be ready to go, and you say, oh, my friends don't do it. Nobody else I know does it. I have to conform. I have to be like everybody else. No. It's a time of chutzpah. It's a time of sticking out. It's a time of being different. To get out and say, I'm going to do something that nobody else does, and I don't care. I am ready to be the one that's going to break the culture and say, I want to go out and do more. And this is something that we see coming to Hanukkah. Hanukkah is a time where we light big menorahs and we spread the light outwards to the whole world. We don't just keep it inside in our homes. We don't just keep our Judaism private for ourselves, but there's a mitzvah, Presume Nisa, to spread the nest, to spread the miracles of Hanukkah throughout the entire world. That everybody should celebrate Hanukkah together, to celebrate the light of Hanukkah, to celebrate God's miracles and God's wonders. And through this chutzpah, through this audacity, through this counterculture of going out and breaking, of not conforming to the world, through this, we will hasten the coming of Mashiach. May it happen speedily in our days. Amen. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, or comments?
I don't know if you're familiar with the idea of the meta crisis.
Nope, not offhand.
Well, it's basically what you're talking about.
Okay.
And it's this term for what's happening right now, where everything is falling apart and all the crises we see are part of an underlying major shift and the deconstruction of all our old paradigms. And I'm struck by how much the theories behind the meta crisis are basically echoing what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's exactly it. That's a new word. I got to check it up now. Meta crisis. That's exactly what we're dealing with. And the end of it is a new world order, but a complete order.
Yeah.
Not crisis at all, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That's what we're talking about. And the ultimate solution is Mashiach. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining. And we look forward to seeing you all on Sunday and next week. Shabbat Shalom.